Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing another video in X-Plane, and basically I'm going to be doing a 4 or 5 part video flight. I'm going to be splitting them into 5 different parts obviously, and we're going to be flying the Norwegian 737 livery, which is obviously really nice. And currently we're in the cockpit down in Yuki again, and so yeah, in this video we're basically just going to be looking at programming the FMC and using a couple of plugins I've got, such as better pushback and terrain radar. But I will just say sorry for the delay in videos. Everything's just going a little bit crazy. But I will be starting bringing more out now, and also more good news, I eventually managed to get the Zibo mod, as you can see here. So we're not in the 737-900, we're in the 737-800, because I did eventually manage to get the mod. And if anyone has any questions on how I did it, and when they want to get it too, then let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So obviously we'll go on down to the FMC here. And so obviously the first thing you want to do is go to FMC. And this is more or less the same as FSX. And we're only going to be doing a short flight today. We're only going to be going up to 17,000 feet, but this will work if you're doing a longer flight. So you can fill this in if you want. I'm just going to leave it for now. And we'll go straight to the route. So we're going to be going EGHQ to EGHH, so Bournemouth. And we're going to be going on a co-route of EGHH. That's just what I named it. So obviously the co-route would have originally been EGHQ to EGHH. But we're now going to be just using EGHQ as the thing. Well, obviously it would have originally been EGHQ to EGHH, but I just renamed it to that so it's shorter. Flight number is going to be NRW for Norwegian, I think. Let's call it 125, which is obviously optional. You can save it if you want, but I'm just going to activate it straight away. And you'll then see on your flight display that you'll get your route come up. If I zoom out a little bit, you'll see there's my route. And obviously it's not a very big one, but that's just what it is. Carry on to the next page. If you just click this, it will automatically be calculated for you. Put in a reserve of 2.5, as it says on the flight plan. Cost index of 12. And it says we're going to be going up to 16,000 feet. And we should have an approximate flight time of 36 minutes. But obviously it might be slightly slower or faster than that. And minus 25. Transition to altitude is 3,000 feet. And we'll execute that. Onto N1 limit. If you click this again, it will automatically calculate that. You just got to put in this box, which is obviously going to be 45. Takeoff flaps is 5. That will be calculated as well, and we'll just get our V1 speeds. So obviously we've got 136 as V2, so we put that in onto our autopilot. And I will just quickly say, we'll just quickly pass altitude, that's alright, to 16,000 feet. There you go. But what I will quickly say is if you're doing a VNAV and LNAV flight, you want to turn your flight director switch on, as well as the first officer's. If you don't do this, LNAV won't activate, so you won't be able to use LNAV. So basically you won't be able to follow your route if you don't turn that on. And you can turn your autoshift on as well. And we'll just start getting the pushback ready now. So we'll just go up to best pushback and we'll pre-plan it. So pre-plan. Basically what we want to do is just want to use the scroll wheel just to line it up as close as you can to the taxi line. So I'm going to say out there, and then just click the mouse and then click enter. And you'll then get this message in the background. And then that, if you didn't hear that, it just said contacting through the menu. So you go to plugins, start Pushback, and in a minute you should say tug driving up.
Tow is driving up.
Yep, so the tug is now driving up. So I'll just leave that slightly turned up so I can hear what you're saying. But what I'll also say is for taxi, they put on some settings in the tablet. So if you go into hardware, you want nose wheel axis to be on yawn, otherwise the nose gear won't actually turn that well. So it's really hard to move around or taxi. So I definitely recommend going to them and putting it on yawn. And I'll go into more detail about the tablet a little bit later. So we'll just wait for the tug to connect here. Obviously it doesn't recognise buildings and stuff, which is slightly annoying. But it's a really good add-on nonetheless. So we can quickly turn on our lights. Taxi. There we go. We'll just go down to the...
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
And we just got a thing, a little message just saying cabin secure. Let's go out to the legs. And there we go, we got it there. And we'll just hop outside just to see the tug connect up. So in a minute it'll probably ask us to release parking brake once he's connected. But we can also...
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
And there we go, he just said ready to connect, so he's just going to connect now. But we can also turn on terrain. You can get an add plugin for that. So here, terrain radar, which will obviously bring out terrain on your flight display, which is quite useful. And that is basically it. We'll program the arrival. Actually, we'll do that now. We'll just program the arrival now. So obviously I've got an ILS at each end of the runway. So I'm not entirely sure which end is which here. So we'll wait a little bit because X-Plane doesn't go like, you have to fly and then like catch up, and as you go further up the map will go and expand more. It's quite annoying because as you can see here we're in a little queue because this is where it expects us to go, but as we fly on up the map will get bigger. So if that's what you've got, we'll just leave that for now. Let's check out the tug today. So it's just connecting now, so we'll keep a listen out for him. Terrain is now loaded on.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
And I shared there, he just said release parking brake. Someone released the parking brake. And I'll zoom in. And I'll just quickly say...
Pushback.
And he's starting pushback. And I'll just quickly say the T/C, and if you can just see it in the background, T/D up there. That basically means to climb. So when you're going to hit your cruise altitude, and when you're going to, and your top of descent. So when you're going to start your descent. And I'll go into that when we're on the landing part of the flight. But as I said, all we're going to be doing here is just going into autopilot, FMC, pushback, and just getting the plane ready for takeoff. So we'll also put flaps down now, to flaps 5 obviously. So 1, 2, 3. Is that flaps 5? Yep, it's flaps 5 there. And there we go, plane is just being turned. And we're going to more or less line up with that taxi there. I must say I do really like this Norwegian livery. Probably one of the best ones I've got. So I don't think the Ryanair and TUI ones are really done that well. I have this one and Transylvania, and I do think they are quite nice. And American at Yuki is something you don't see every day, but well, probably you'll never see in a day. But yeah, at least they're actually real liveries. And so basically we'll finish this pushback, and then we'll end the video. But while we're waiting to be pushed back and stopped, I'll go into a slight detail on here. So obviously we've got the PA system. I did do this with the 737-900, but I never got around to uploading it. So we've basically got the welcome on board, level off, descent, prepare for landing and turbulence. So nothing really too special there. Just click it and it will play out the message, obviously. Checklists here, which are quite useful. If you click them, you've got a load of different checklists of what you've got to do. Configure. Something really cool about this is you can just, with the click of a button, change the winglets from blended as they are now to split, as you can see there, they're now split, or to no, I'm just going to leave those blended. And obviously I'm not going to go into every single little setting because I don't want to mess it up too much, but if you want to mess around with them, then there's loads of different things you can do here. Realism, hardware, and all the other general configuration and stuff. That's basically the main settings. We've got start service cruise, fuel and weight that you can access here, and we've also got Abby tab added in.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
And as you just heard, it said operation complete, set the parking brake. So we'll set the parking brake and he'll begin to detach.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
And another cool feature about the Abby tab is you have a map, so you can find out exactly where you are in the world, like, and what town you're near. So like obviously I'm near St. Morgan, which is quite nice. And you've got other things you can access. And if you click to page 2, you've got all the doors. Doors will always be locked if the engines are on, so engines will have to be off to unlock them. Cabin lighting, and if you want to save your tablet settings, you just save them there. But on the important thing I will say, 2 of the most important things is for successful moving around is to make sure this is to yawn, and make sure your first officer flight director is on. And here we go, he's ready to disconnect, so we'll disconnect with hand signals. And we'll just watch him detach himself. There we go. And in a minute we'll probably get a message saying have a good flight or something along those lines. And then we'll be ready to taxi and take off. So just while he's about to go, I'll just say we'll probably end the video here. So obviously this has been part 1, setting up and getting pushed back. In the next video we'll be looking at taxiing and takeoff.
Disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Yep, have a nice flight and stuff. So he's going to go off to the right, as he said. And basically in the next video we'll be doing taxiing and takeoff up to our cruise altitude. And then we'll come in for our descent and landing. And then we might do a taxi and power down afterwards. But I think we'll probably just leave it at the landing part. But anyway, off he goes. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you liked it. I will be bringing out more videos now. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.